first for Amy and Matthew, for those who aren't aware, what is Creators in Fashion? Why should those who are like plugged into the YouTuber and the entertainment creator space be excited to check out this show on October 9th?
Sure. Do you want me to go first, Matt?
Go. You're in charge, Amy. Go for it.
All right. So, Creators in Fashion is a celebration of all things that are creator led in both the fashion, merchandising, and lifestyle space. We really wanted to create a show where creators got this like runway moment that really hasn't been done before. For the most part, when it comes to traditional fashion and runways and fashion weeks, you don't really see creator led brands get these moments of being the stars of their own show. And so, what we want to do is create a way for them to get in front of new audiences and also to celebrate all the accomplishments that they've had. And this year is really, really exciting because not only are we getting to do that with creator led businesses, but we're doing it with creator makers. So, Estefannie here is one of our makers who are showing off the stuff that they are actually like hand making. And that is a new element for this year that we are ecstatic for.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's exactly it. Creators at this point are making the products of today and of the future, right? They're launching everything from food to fashion to apps to financial management tools. I mean, you name it, a creator is doing it. And unlike products of the past, which have been in existence for decades and decades, these are relevant, they're timely, and they're now. And outside of a creator's independent like platform, their own channels, there's not a place where people can really go together and celebrate all of these amazing products that are being made and raise awareness of the products that are in existence there. And so Creators in Fashion is a place where everyone can kind of get together and celebrate what is the now of the creator economy.
Fantastic. Very eloquently put. Last year when we spoke, you were talking about having the 6 creator groups, and now you've doubled that, almost tripled that. What was it about year one that you kind of got through it and thought, okay, let's do this, let's do it bigger, grander, everything?
Yeah, year one was definitely like a year of can we do this? What can we do? And what does it actually take to put on a live in-person live stream runway show? There were a lot of learnings from that. And what we got to put on was a perfect example of like the basis of what we can build upon. And so for this year, we really wanted to kind of bring in an extra sense of the YouTube audience and that live stream viewership audience, because not only is this a fashion show, it's a show that is made for the online audience. We want to have ways to keep them engaged, ways to keep them watching and be able to incorporate more creators doing things that are in the lifestyle umbrella. So challenges, being able to bring in creators who maybe don't have products they want to promote, but want to be a part of the event either way. And so what we want to do with year two was expand and bring in a more sense of entertainment. So I keep referring to it as like a fashion variety show because it really is built for an entertainment audience and making it a gateway into a fashion space for people who maybe weren't thinking it was a space for them.
Yeah, I would also just highlight what Amy said there, which was just more creators, right? The YouTube creator space is so diverse in so many different ways. And while we loved what last year did with the fashion and lifestyle space, we also wanted to look for opportunities to highlight creators who aren't necessarily in that specific vertical. And so highlighting musicians, being able to highlight makers, being able to highlight people who are just general entertainers, who like hosting or like doing comedy and things like that. Not only does that make us be able to represent a wider swath of creators, which is great, at the end of the day, it just makes it a more fun, more varied show, which works really well for live streaming audiences. And so it is, whereas last year was a great proof of concept of, can you do a live runway show with creator-led looks? Absolutely, yes. This year is, can we do that, but also expand it outward into a lot of different verticals, a lot of different creators, and make this into something that is compelling all the way through? Absolutely.
Awesome. And I think that's a great segue. Estefannie, how did you become involved in this project?
Well, Amy asked me, and honestly, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Like this, having my projects on a runway is like a dream I didn't know I had, and it's like probably the best thing that has happened in my life. It hasn't even happened yet, and I'm already like, this is amazing. So thank you. Sorry, what was the question, Andy?
How did you get involved into the project? It sounds like Amy asked you, and that might have just been the end of the question.
Yes, Amy asked me. Yeah, that's how it went.
Estefannie and I met at a different creator event, and I just got a really brief introduction into the world of what she makes. And so I did my own little deep dive into her very like female forward engineering that she does, and she does it in a lot of different wearables. And it just was this really beautiful bridge of engineering and fashion that I thought more people should be able to see and just get to experience. And how can we make that work on a runway? So Estefannie has gone above and beyond for like what she is bringing to this show. You have no idea.
You want a sneak peek?
Your line is ouch couture.
Yeah.
Of engineering and the fashion of self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know more about that.
Well, the ones that are already finished, and I know they're not even done yet because it's like I'm trying to make them as great as possible for the runway. I have these like bear trap brass knuckles I made, and they're fully functional. They're not that painful, but you know it works.
As someone
not that painful.
In that, I put my finger in that one the other day, and that it's not that bad.
Exactly,
I still have all of my fingers.
Yeah, little ouch. That's a little ouch, not a big ouch. A bigger ouch. I made these bra that shoots like hot sparks. I don't think it's a good idea to turn it on in here, but you'll see it on the runway.
Yeah, we can save that.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite ones, like the bra that shoots hot sparks so that nobody touches me. And I made knife nails last year, and they were just like, I bent like sheet metal, and that was it. But this time I'm like, I want them to look more like nails. And I've counted the hours last night, and I think I'm not even done yet. These are copper right now. But this has taken over 60 hours to make. Yeah. But by tonight they should be like chrome looking so that they fit the rest of the collection, the more chromatic look. And then taser bracelet, the taser cuff. That one is almost done also. I promise it's gonna be done with the runway. But this is the cuff that's gonna be on. This is the trigger mechanism. So basically the taser is gonna be here, and then there's a chain that goes to my finger, and then when I go like this, it'll shoot forward, and the taser is gonna turn on its own with magnets.
It's like a
I love fashion and function.
Right, and now you understand why that sort of fashion needs a runway, and why traditional fashion runways might not be as keen to it. But all of us online, we get it, right? We're like, that's awesome. That is so cool, and that needs to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
I saw that there was going to be musical performances, and the Try Guys were going to be modeling their own looks. But yeah, it seems like we're going to have a full self-defense production showcase as you come out, and masked unnamed goons come at you.
I mean, we're aiming to give Estefannie a way to showcase how they work as safely as possible.
Yeah. Yes.
Safety is key.
Yeah.
Something that I found really fascinating about our conversation last year as well was the aim to demystify fashion, so that for someone who might feel like this isn't their space, they're able to come and not just know that looks like a cool jacket, or I really like that spark shooting bra, but that they can better know, how it might fit on a different body type or what that's going to go for. Are you still going to be having that kind of additional information and analysis throughout this year's presentation?
Yes. So we're working to have conversations with both the designers and a post commentary to kind of go over all the things that we've seen, how they fit, what we love about it. We aim really to showcase a wide variety of models as we can. a lot of different ethnicities, a lot of different body types, different heights, different sizes. Like as much as we can show you what this looks like on real people is our goal. So like we are even like making some of our own hosts redo their modeling careers this year and step onto the runway, including one for the first time, because one of our hosts didn't do it last year, and this will be his first time ever doing it on a runway. And it's a big step in self-confidence for him that I'm very excited for.
Well, and again, what I was just going to piggyback off of there was, I think right now, just being exposed to different types of fashion automatically gets you to realize that, hey, there might actually be something there for me, right? Like if you're someone who's been scared off of, traditional A-line skirts or, men's blazers and things like that, you might not be aware that, hey, there are cool people making cool stuff like taser bracelets and knife nails, or maybe less extreme things than that, but stuff that like the world of fashion is so much broader than what we are generally exposed to and what you see in stores, right? But it takes work. And I think one of the goals of the Fierce channels has always been is to kind of like ease that learning curve to make you excited to learn more, right? To kind of like give you a taste of some of these cool things that are out there, whether it's the physics of Mario or, the taser bracelets in the fashion and beauty space, right? And you're like, oh, that's out there? That sparks curiosity in me. I want to go out and learn more, right? Maybe this thing that has been off-putting or has been scary and intimidating for me to learn about, maybe there is a place in there for me too. And I think, the goal of creators in fashion is to give a spotlight to those things, especially to audiences who might not generally tune into fashion content, and show them, hey, there's more out there than what you might realize. And it's actually really fun to learn about. And let's give you that first step into this world so that way you can go run from there.
And one of the reasons we look to bring in so many other creators from other verticals is to bring these other audiences into a space that they might not have thought were for them. One of the reasons I'm very, very excited that like the Try Guys are doing something with us is because they themselves are not people who think of themselves as someone who's in the fashion space. And I got to talk with them about how to kind of find that fashion, model within to see if they can bring that to the runway. And so their whole walk is all about, can we learn to be a part of the fashion space and how do we see ourselves in that? And I'm hoping that as we bring in these new audiences with all the other creators that are participating, we get to do that for the audience as well.
That's amazing. And I want to say on top of that also, because I never saw myself in fashion, even though I really like it. And I've always been so intimidated by it. And then being part of this runway makes me think, oh, maybe I do belong. Maybe I can be part of this, which is like really amazing. So thank you. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I know that Theoryware is releasing some new things this year. As style is always changing, the fashion industry is moving. For people who might not be in the know, what kind of fits are in this year? What kind of will we be seeing from Theoryware this year that we might not have from last year?
So we're leaning more into the streetwear aesthetic this year, and really bringing back our iconography that was kind of not as present in the line that we did the year before. And it was mainly because we got a lot of feedback from our audience who really wanted to see specific things. And we wanted to figure out how to have that lens and the lens of what we want to make really mesh. And so what you're going to see this year is a preview of most of what's to come for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. It is all of your favorite IPs mixed with a lot of comfort that looks very stylish. I am of the opinion that everything stylish should be very comfortable, and I've really tried to have us bring that into what we make. Comfy fashion is key.
Fantastic.